Hello everyone and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode of Friday Night Explorer, we're going to explore the mono black Waste Not deck again. But this time, we're going to be hostile. We're going to be investigating. We're going to be getting clues whenever our opponent discards. So the idea of this deck is that a lot of times when we use Waste Not, our opponent discards a land and we have nowhere to sink that mana into. Now we have Hostile Investigator to do just that. We get clues and then we can use that clue to then, we can use that mana to then activate a clue and draw more cards. This is the idea of this deck that I kind of fine-tune a little bit. I think I fine-tune a little bit to fill more niche in the Hostile Investigator side of the discard. So in the early game, we just got a lot of removal. We still have the good old Thoughtseize discard, but we don't have as many card draws in this deck. The card draws that we want to get out of this deck is going to come from the Hostile Investigator. So no more fetches, no more tutors, and we just want to be able to make them discard and hopefully sustain ourselves long enough into the mid to late game. So let's talk about the whole deck list. In the early game, we have one Cling to Dust if our opponent is Absent Greasefang. This is going to be very important. We have one Duress to take out a non-creature, non-land card, but we also have four Thoughtseize to take out basically any card. All non-land cards can be discarded with one Thoughtseize. And we also have 4 Fatal Push. Not one Thoughtseize, sorry, 1 mana Thoughtseize. And we also have 4 Fatal Push. So this is 8 1-drop, so hopefully we'll always have something to do turn 1, or at least in response to on turn 1. Then, with 2 mana drop, we have 2 Bitter Triumph. The Bitter Triumph is very important in this deck because we actually have no way to disrupt Planeswalker decks. So Bitter Triumph can help us do that. We also have 4 Waste Not, definitely heart of the deck that you need to have. And then 2 Mazemind Tome and 2 Meathook Massacre. Mazemind Tome is a little bit of card draw or scry, and Meathook Massacre is a board wipe. Now, because of how current Explorer metagame works, there's not a lot of go-wise strategies. So that's why I only have 2 Meathook Massacres. There's a lot of burn decks. Mazemind Tome also is pretty good against burn decks because we get to gain life at the end of the 4-page counters, unlike Bankbuster, right? A lot of people want to run Reckoner Bankbuster instead of this because that card gets us creatures on board. Now, what I don't like about Bankbuster is that you have to pay mana into it for you to use its ability. Whereas in Mazemind Tome, if you don't have mana and you want to fight against a burn deck, you can just put a page counter on it and scry. It helps fix your draw a little bit, but you can get to the 4 life a lot faster. Not only that, when you get to the 4 life, what happens is that you can also trigger Revolt on Fatal Push. That way, you can push a 3 or 4 drop like a Sheoldred or something big, right? So that's pretty important with comboing Mazemind Tome. In the 3 drops, we're going to have 3 go blanks. I upped the number of go blanks because I want our opponent to definitely go blank. And I also have 2 Kaervek, the Punisher, and 2 Liliana of the Veil. So I down the number of Liliana to 2 because you know, the tempo is pretty aggressive, and we really can't stick a Liliana on board on turn 3 and hope that she survives. So this is a little bit more of a later game, or if we get lucky and drop a turn 2 Waste Not, then we might be able to think about dropping a turn 3 Liliana. Kaervek, of course, combos with all of the crime, which everything in this deck, you know, is pretty much a crime because we make them discard, and then we can recycle the discard cards like Thoughtseize, like Duress. Just be a little bit careful with your life, right? The Kaervek, the Punisher, is a ability that targets a card in the graveyard, targets a black card in the graveyard, and you lose 2 life if you want to copy it. The problem with that is if you copy Thoughtseize, Thoughtseize also makes you lose 2 life. So that's a total of 4 life if you just want to Thoughtseize someone with the crime trigger. And now, if you Thoughtseize into Thoughtseize, right, you can imagine that if I play a Thoughtseize with Kaervek on board, and then I target a Thoughtseize in my graveyard, that's going to be 6 life to get 2 cards out of my opponent's hand. Now, that's very good when it comes to value, but it's very scary if your opponent's burned, because 6 life is nothing to you kind of shake your head at, right? So it's going to be a lot. So we also have 4 Hostile Investigator that forces our opponent to discard, but also gets synergy whenever our opponent do discard, so that we don't only have synergy with Waste Not, we have double synergy, Waste Not and Hostile Investigator. And then of course, we're going to take a lot of damage for the Kaervek, we take a lot of damage from our opponent's tempo. We're going to have some life gain in 2 Sheoldred, the Apocalypse, and 1 Aclazotz, the Deepest Betrayal. Aclazotz can also double as the Scarf sort of trigger or activator, we whenever we attack, we make our opponent discard, and if they can, because we make them discard everything else, we can just start drawing cards with him as well. So Aclazotz pretty good in this deck overall, but it is 5 mana, so he's a little bit harder to play in Explorer, right? So the rest is going to be our land base. We are very land heavy in this deck, but don't worry, a lot of these lands are functional lands. So we're going to have 3 Castle Locthwain, 2 Hive of the Eye Tyrant, 10 Swamps, 2 Takenuma, 4 Field of Ruin, 3 Geier Reach Sanitarium, and 2 Sunken Citadel. You definitely need to have Sunken Citadel in your deck to trigger both the Geier Reach and the Field of Ruin by itself, right? It adds 2 mana to trigger these, so it makes your play a lot more streamlined. The Hive, you can cut down to 1 if you want. Hive is pretty good at exiling cards in our opponent's graveyard if we need to, but it's also pretty good in terms of triggering the Kaervek, right? Because that's a crime. When you target your opponent's graveyard, that's a crime. So that might help a little bit more. 2 Takenumas in the deck because we have a lot more creatures now. We also have 4 Hostile Investigators, so Takenuma can bring that back. Don't forget 4 Field of Ruin. It helps trigger Kaervek, but it also helps trigger Revolt on Fatal Push. All that is good. So that's, you know, the new Waste Not deck that I'm playing. Let's go into the games. Our opponent is Radipix. Goes first. Yeah, 2 Mazemind Tome. I guess. Not great. Again, our discard deck has no discard cards. So we'll hold up a push. It looks like an Amalia deck. Yeah, Prosperous Innkeeper. Let's just push that now. We get another push. Don't think I'm gonna hold that up this turn. Let's put a Mazemind Tome. I don't think the life is gonna matter. We'll all just die like real quick, right? So let's scry Liliana. Can't actually play Liliana. I do have a land to play. So does that matter if I can't play Liliana next turn? Liliana's a really good card. So I'm gonna keep. Collected. Wow, okay. Nice top deck. Couldn't disrupt that. No discard cards. Do we cling here? Or do we just push? Guess we push the Amalia. Lyra? That was a really bad opening, and it just keeps getting worse, I think. I can draw a card, but I don't think it's helping. Both Mazemind Tome. I've drawn 2 of my only Mazemind Tomes and 1 Swamp. That's also no discard cards in a discard deck. And our opponent ropes us. Attacks for 3. Hey, the life might matter. Let's draw a card. The Me Hook Massacre. Okay. If you want to throw me that hard. Aclazotz. I don't know if this is gonna matter. Let's see it. Words of Calling for a 2-drop. I wonder what it's gonna be. Bat. Well, I don't have anything good, so you take your picks. The Me Hook? I mean, I can Bitter Triumph the Bat if he takes a Me Hook. Makes sense. Return to ranks. We take 7 here. That's actually a lot of damage. Well, that is a land. I can use that land, actually. So I will Bitter Triumph the Melira. Definitely don't want to Bitter Triumph the Bat. Right, it just comes back. Return that card back onto the battlefield. I don't want that to happen. So let's see here. Discard a card will kill the Melira. Let's discard the Geier each. This did his job. Does he have a protection? Melira is gone. I play a land. I'm at 5, but not 100% dead. Down to 1. Let me draw a card here. Citadel. I can me-hook for 2. This time I can actually me-hook for 2. That wipes his board, gives me back the me-hook, and then I'll gain 3 life. Back up to 8. Staying black. Okay, I guess that was really bad for me, but it still killed him. So, what works, works. Alright, our opponent is Arma1990. I wonder what year he's born in. Opponent goes first. At least we have a Duress, but of course the opponent goes first. Do we Duress him turn 1? Oh, I don't think that's gonna matter. Okay, well we got 2 me-hook massacres. Maybe we play to that advantage. Do I Duress him anyways? Get a burn spell out of his hand. And then I'll have Fatal Push next turn. Or did I just hold up a push? He's probably going to try to burn me this turn anyways. Wizard's Lining. Damage, yeah, it's a good start. Let's kill that. Okay, good job. I don't know what that was. Alright, our opponent is Hanabi8192. Cool. Show us the fireworks. Opponent goes first. Wow, you don't say. How many games is that? I don't think I've gone first once. Alright, Rakdos, probably another vampire deck. There it is. Plus High Harvester's coming, Sorin's coming, Bane Ripper's coming. Cool. There's the Harvester. We get a Geier each. I don't want a Geier each, but I got a lot of lands that are dumb. You just top deck a Sorin. Pitches to blood. Don't I just take the 3? I'll just take the 3. Kill this while I can. Alright, I do get a Lily. Can't play it. But I could go flank him. This would be a good place to play Liliana, but unfortunately, the lands don't shape out that way. Thoughtseize. Probably take my Hostile Investigator. It's unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. Now we got Liliana. We got our 2 black. I can play Liliana to make him discard. And I can drop my Field of Ruin. Edict. Oh wow, okay. You want to get rid of your last card?
Don't
I get a Takenuma. I'm gonna Takenuma back the Liliana. Is that a Vein Ripper you got? Or are you just happy to see me? Actually, maybe I'll get a Investigator. I'm very hostile. Should have played a Field of Ruin first. Oh, it's just a removal? Dang it. Alright, so... Oh, it's a Fatal Push that he can't play. That way I don't get a clue. Makes sense. Sort of. Top deck Sheoldred's Edict. I could draw a card, but it's not useful here, right? I don't think it's useful. It's probably better for me to hold up the Hive. Alright, he sees the Waste Knot. Does he plan on doing anything? Here is Soren.
I have not survived to allow you to stand down now.
You can probably get rid of the Fatal Push now. That's all he's gonna do. Now let's force him to discard a card. Well, that's... I get the mana. The mana is probably the least useful card here. Aclazotz. Well, he gets to do something if I just play Aclazotz here. What is something you can do? You can top deck Vein Ripper. I mean, if he top decks Vein Ripper, I don't think anything I did last turn would have mattered. I guess Geier Reach making him discard, it would matter. Creature. Cool. Plus is it?
That calls to your soul.
Let's break the Hive. That way I can get a swamp. And Fatal Pushes. The Revolt is live. I am revolting. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna do this. Let's keep this. Do I want to draw a card right now or on his upkeep? I might draw a card I can play. I don't. No, I'll get some cards. Cool. Now he can draw a Vein Ripper, but he won't be able to use it. Duress. My Waste Knot. Yeah, that's fine. Oh yeah, it's fine. There's your Thoughtseize bug. Now it's known as the Duress bug. Well, let's kill this first before some shenanigans happen. Tapped my lance wrong. It's fine.
Darkness will always return.
Oh, there goes 2 swords. Okay, Locthwain. Can't play anything, so might as well play the Hive. Opponent wants to stick it out. Fable, cool. Fable is something. I would say Fable is probably something. I don't need another Hive. GG. Yeah, there's no way they can stick it out of this. Alright, our opponent is Michael. I think you want MTG to be all capitalized. Opponent goes first. Wow, that's a new phrase I've never seen before. Hello, Hive. All right, well, if you're mono black, I'm mono black. Let's see who's better mono blacking. It's a lot of removal for, you know, me having nothing. So let's take out your Liliana. Oh, he's gonna hate this. Do I go blank him? I'm not sure. He's got a pretty big hand, and going blank on him won't really do much. He might want to take out my castle, right? Does he have 2 lands to discard, though? Are those 2 cards both lands? I do go blank him because I don't have anything else to play. Playing a Geier Reach, he has a Field of Ruin that exactly counters it. He discards a land, gives me 2 mana, and then gives me a card. What am I going to draw with that card? It's a land. Alright, it goes away. That's fine. I do draw an extra card, and he loses 2 cards, so I think I'm in a clear here. Hostile Investigator. That's really bad. Alright, do I discard a land here? I think I discard a Bitter Triumph, right? It's gonna get so many clues, though. I can discard a land. This is gonna be a land regardless, so... Pay 3 life to kill this. And I will Mazemind Tome. Gonna need those card draw. Now he's gonna choose to kill my Geier Reach or kill the castle. Wow. You sure you want to do that? I can toss the Bitter Triumph. Kaervek's gonna give me a lot of value. I'm gonna get 4 mana. I will also draw. Thank you. Okay, so I can Waste Not and then Liliana him. Man, that's a lot, right? I think that's a lot.
When I win, you'll drop it.
I draw a card. I have 2 Waste Nots on him. He has his Liliana. That's not really gonna help the waste. Is he a boss? He's played so badly. He's giving me so much value. Just look at that. It's giving me like 2 cards. Alright, well, here, get rid of your last card, I guess. Each player discards a card.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Yeah, right. What was that about? I don't know. Get out of here, you. Goodbye. Alright, our opponent is Alex Byrne. Whoa. He's got Burn in the name. He's probably playing control deck. The opponent goes first. That changed my mind. Alright, we have Waste Not and Thoughtseize, so good enough of a hand to keep. But if they are, they're not a burn deck. Burn decks do not... Well, burn decks run Gigantha. So, if they're not burned, do I Thoughtseize him just early, though? Well, he's down to 5. Huh. It's just a bad burn deck? He's a bad player. Alright, cool. I love fighting against bad players. Swiss Sphere? Is he playing off 1 mana? They're both prowess, right? Jesus. That's just not fair. I mean, he's not going to discard land, so I guess there's some pump. Play with fire. A little bit of pump. A little bit of damage. Our opponent thinks he's really far ahead because he dealt that 1 damage to me. Let's Thoughtseeze him. Okay. Hexproof +2/+2. Play with fire. I mean, there's 2 damage either way. Let's get rid of that. I draw a card. I draw another Waste Knot. Don't want to use that Waste Knot right now, do I? I can make him discard a card now. Draw. Let's draw 2. It's not a good draw 2 that I want to do. Let's Mazemind Tome. This gains me 4 life if I just ramp it up faster. He draws a land. Believe it or not. To the top. He wants that card. I can go blank him. But he wants that card to the top anyways. Go blank him, I draw 1 card, right? That's fine. I don't think he shuffles his deck, just his graveyard. I don't think I'd drop a Lily. I did not drop a Lily. So he wants to keep his top deck. I don't want him to discard this for no reason. Guess I'll just play another Waste Knot and see what happens. I draw a card either way. He's not going to play both cards. It's just a pump spell. Not even a pump spell. What is it? Burn spell? Hostile Investigator and the Meathook Massacre. Meathook this for how many? For a lot. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, he can pump, so let's make sure he's out of cards first before we do anything else. What does this do? I can gain life and it deals 3 damage to me. Cool. I draw 2 cards. Another Mazemind Tome and a Liliana. Do I want to play another Mazemind Tome here? It just draws me another card, but this gives me better life gain. Can he deal 5 damage to me with 1 card? Don't think so. That's a little bit of damage, but hey, you know, I got actual life gain. Let's scry. Don't need another Lily. Now I get Sheoldred. Sheoldred's pretty cool. But I'm just gonna Meathook them for 2. And not GG him. Get out of here, you. Haha, GG quit. Loser. Alright, our opponent is Kohei. Hey. Cole. Alright. Oh, we get to go first. What? No way. Alright, we got Thoughtseeze going first into no play turn 2. Cool. At least we get to go first. It never happens. Never, ever, ever happens. Another one of this stupid deck. Alright, Kumano's gonna come out first, and then Slick Shot, and then Fugitive, right? So if I take out a Kumano, it's something. Slows him down. He has 2/2 turn 2 plays. He plots. Of course he does. I can go blank on him. Does make him discard 2 cards, right? So after he discards 2 cards, what do I do? I mean, get rid of a lot of these cards on board. But if I play Kaervek, how does he remove that? Plays a land. Yep. Plays Slick Shot. He's going to buff the shit out of his Slick Shot. I can't block it, so it's fine. There's the buff. So you want to play this too? 9 damage. That's a lot. Alright, well I can go blank, and then I can push him. I can push and Thoughtseize, but then I'll go down pretty low. Right? I definitely need to push this turn. So that's happening. After I push, I guess I'll go blank on him. I push and Thoughtseize. What do I actually have? Is it just Thoughtseize? Nothing else? Yeah, it's just Thoughtseize, right? So I push him. Submit 0. I don't want to. That takes 4 life actually. Gotta be careful with how that works. Submit 0. Alright. No cards in hand. Draws a land. Haha! Loser. Here's Sheoldred. Now I can safely attack. Is it a pump spell? Please be a pump spell. I'm so happy if it's a pump spell. No, it's a Swiss Sphere. Alright. Not as happy, but it is what it is. Come on. Come at me. Come at me, bro. Alright, do I want to push this? I gained a 2 life. Right, I push it. I will lose the 2 life. Yeah, let's get rid of his creatures. Submit 0. He doesn't discard. I don't get a clue. Let's attack with the Sheoldred. Goes to 9 and then basically I'll kill. GG, stupid deck with your gruel and your pumps. Get out of here. Alright, our opponent is Kaladin. Like Paladin, but he's just okay. Alright, do we actually get a play? Is it gonna drop? Arena does this a lot. We're just gonna drop, huh? I don't even get to see my hand. Ah, there it is. Alright, Waste Not. Meathook Massacre, Cling to Dust. This is a funky. Oh, opponent goes first. So yeah, forget that. I'm not playing this on. Opponent goes first. Look at that. That's a red sleeve. Cool. Still have Waste Not, so I'm pretty happy about that. I guess we put away a Swamp, or no, we put away the Meathook, right? Yeah. Okay, fine. We'll put away the Meathook because we don't have enough mana for the Meathook, and. Do I need 3 lands for stuff? Probably. If that's the case, right? Do I put away the Swamp? Hope to draw another land. No guarantee. I don't know how this works. Yeah, it's on the bottom instead of shuffle. Alright, well, I don't think any of this matters. They're going to duress me. There goes my Waste Not. The whole plan goes out the window. Gotta dress him too, in case he has. Okay, so it's not the deck that I thought it was. Do we take out Archfiend or the Preacher? Probably the Preacher, right? I can't kill either of these, but I think the Preacher is a little bit scarier because he gets draws. I just need to have something that can die. Waste Not. It's not something that can die, but it's. Ooh, okay. So Geier Reach is good, but I gotta play the Waste Not this turn. So I guess the Archfiend's gonna hit me next turn. Alright, we'll see what happens. He's gonna Duress me? That's not very good. You lost your chance. Alright, one draws. I can discard a Hive. Gives me another card, thank you. Now he's gonna play the Archfiend, probably. There it is. Alright. Do I have enough time to race him? That's the question. I'm gonna try. Talking Numa. Do I get anything back with Talking Numa? No. So no, I don't want that. Ooh, a Field of Ruin. That is as good as it gets, I think. Will Field of Ruin wanted the Hive? Do I do this first? I think I do this first. Draw and discard before he gets wise on what I'm gonna do. Gives me another card. Cool. Now play Field of Ruin. Do I take the 6 here? Yeah, I'll take 6. Another Archfiend. Okay, so that's the plan he wants to go with. Let's kill this Hive first. Gotta go to full control here so that I still have stick, right? Then I can push this Archfiend. There you go. Now his second Archfiend does not make me lose life. Let's put another Scry. Ooh, another Fatal Push. Cool. I can use that. Draw and discard, please. Thoughtseize. Don't think he's going to discard a land here. He does discard a land? Okay. I can live with that. I got my Aclazotz that gains life. I think I'll just block, right? Does he have a kill spell for my Aclazotz? I can go down to 6. Fable. Alright. Let's keep scrying. No. I don't want the other Talking Numa either. Another Field of Ruin. I can do it again. But I think I'm just going to Mazemind Tome, right? Well, first let's Geier Reach. Ooh, a Bitter Triumph. They're all really good. I think I'm going to drop my Thoughtseize, believe it or not. Gives me the mana, and gives me a bat. So, now I have 2 mana. I can use this to draw a card. If a permanent you control left the battlefield. So yeah, something left the battlefield. Now let's go to the other attack. You can discard his last card. That's another land. I get more mana, but I can't use the mana right now. Right, I draw a card, but that's too much damage I'll take. And I'll play the Field of Ruin. Does he want to discard his card? He doesn't. He likes the creature of the Schism. Really? Right? He's attacking the 2 bats. Good game. I don't know why you're attacking the 2 bats, but you did. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you've seen those games, how did you feel? I think this deck is a lot stronger because now I'm not holding on to just Waste Not, right? Back then, when I was playing the Waste Not deck, I have this issue that if I don't draw Waste Not, the deck just isn't good. Now that we have 2 payoffs, 4 Waste Not and 4 Hostile Investigator, that's a total of 8 discard payoffs. And with the rest of the deck being payoffs, 8 discard payoffs, gonna be really good. And now we can see that in most of the scenarios, we do get to push the tempo advantage on our opponent with our discard synergy. And the best thing about that is it stands up to today's Explorer metagame because everyone's playing combo. So disrupting combo is crazy good, right? We disrupt the Abs and Greasefang combo, we disrupt the Amalia combo, we disrupt the Quintorius combo that I shown before. We can disrupt basically any combo that our opponent play, and they can only really play tempo or aggression against us. Now, if they do, we do have a lot of things to fight back against aggression. We got Fatal Push, we got the Mihawk Massacre, we got Bitter Triumph. These all fight back against aggression. Oh, one other combo, the Sorin combo. We fight a lot of that Sorin Vein Ripper combo, but we can rip that out of their hand instead of them trying to rip our veins. So yeah, this deck is very, very, very good. And what's funny about that is I saw it on the arena stats. This is tier 3 apparently, and I don't agree with that. I think a lot of people are playing it wrong, and there's too many versions of the Waste Not deck that it does not have a good aggregate. I think this is a better version. I don't think a lot of the, search your library for Waste Not is a good version because that takes too long, right? You're holding on to the fact that you can tutor for a Waste Not and then land that Waste Not and then make your opponent discard. That's just, it's not going to work in today's fast metagame. But here, if we don't get our Waste Not, we still have enough removal to sustain ourselves and disruption to sustain ourselves until we get a Hostile Investigator or an Aclazotz, and we'll kill them that way as well. That's fine. We don't always need a Waste Not. It's just the icing on the cake. So yeah, that's what I think about this deck. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.